Two rising stars. One explosive rivalry. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have set the WNBA on fire, and it's only the beginning. Buckle up as we dive into how this clash could redefine women's basketball forever. Caitlin Clark has just made history by winning the WNBA Rookie of the Year award unanimously, breaking records and leading her team to new heights. But not everyone's celebrating. Angel Reese, her fiercest competitor, isn't backing down, igniting one of the most captivating rivalries in women's basketball history. In today's video, we'll break down why Clark's victory is monumental, how Reese is responding, and what this all means for the future of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's rise to stardom in the WNBA has been nothing short of extraordinary. From the moment she stepped onto the court, she made it clear that she was not just another rookie. She was here to break records and set new standards. Clark's unanimous Rookie of the Year win speaks volumes about her undeniable talent and impact on the league. Unanimously winning the award is a rare feat, especially in a competitive league like the WNBA. But Clark's record-breaking performances made her the clear choice for the honor. Applaud or stand aghast as you wish, but throughout the season, Clark did not just wow everyone with highlight assists, scoring Tiger and basketball intelligence, which is understandable considering she was a rookie. No one at the beginning of the season thought that her team could reach the playoffs, nonetheless compete in them when postseason started, and winning the playoffs was precisely what Clark's team aimed to do. Clark was a play-calling assassin who was able to set the tempo of the game, create open shots for herself and for her teammates, and when things got tough, take over and score when it was needed the most. But this is not only about individual awards. Clark Hunt's doesn't end with taking personal honors. It is about what she means for the WNBA. Her transition to the WNBA has brought in new audience, boosted the image of the league, and added to the already rising tide of discussions about women's sports. With the increase in the viewership of WNBA, the first name that comes to mind is Clark, the face of the future generation of stars in the league. Even now, she is already helping to promote women's basketball, and more of her success, the more beneficial will it be for the sport and its development. Angel Reese, one of the brightest young stars of the league, for once was not of the same opinion as Caitlin Clark, who was declared the winner of all votes. While the majority of the sporting world rejoiced in Clark's success, it is said that Reese did not particularly care for this, stating that this award should not have been given to Clark. It was clear from Reese's emotions that there were some who maintained that she was throwing what some described as a tantrum, adding to the already hefty rivalry with another layer of drama. Most importantly, what is it that triggered such a charged reaction from Simmons in the first place? It has been said that such frustration stems from an innate drive to win, a burning premise that explains why Reese has just defeated in the WNBA. For a fierce and competitive athlete like Reese, who has code of conduct and celebrities against her, watching Clark bask in glory would have been unbearable. This deepening of Reed's struggle to live up to her fans and her fans' expectations has, in turn, made more personal the already growing rivalry picture. It is that individual aspect that people have been struggling with that makes this rivalry stand out, and even more intriguing between Reese and Clark. However, there comes a point when Reese's reacts with frustration, which is something more than a simple emotion. It is one such emotion where, like in every other sport, athletes go up and down in emotions. They give their all, literally, and if the appreciation doesn't come across in the end, it hurts. It is evident from how Reese responded in public that there is actually a lot of emotions involved within top-level sport, as in essence, recognition can come with rejoicing or sadness. On the other hand, this very frustration probably is what takes Reese even further. Her response is likely to motivate her in finding ways of beating their opponents, hence making their subsequent new attacks livelier. But a great rivalry is made of two sides, and needless to say, the emotional quotient which Reese brings in makes sure this saga does not let the momentum die down. It is safe to say that at this moment, the central story of the women's basketball includes one of the fiercest rivalries that the sport has witnessed in years: Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. This is not just about the duel of two actresses. It is also about the storyline capturing the fans' attention and increasing the coverage from mass media and breathing a new life into the WNBA. Rivalries are very beneficial in sports. They provide layers in games, make players emotionally committed to the cause, and also also serve as an incentive for players to step up their game, and it is safe to say this rivalry ticks all these boxes. Watching Clark and Reese compete against each other is like watching two forces of nature at war. Each player possesses his or her own distinctive qualities, with Clark's ability to create and lead the game, and with Reese's competitiveness and attacking skill. But it's the back and forth between these two that the mouths of the people are salivating over. It's not just a match, it's an occasion, it's a battle, as each one of them wishes to witness. This enmity has very much attracted the attention of the media, and hence, every move of this bromance has been captured, heard, and viewed. Social networks have been filled with who is the best, who should be the best, and if this fight at all would be integral for further development of the WNBA. It is more than just a basketball rivalry. It is one that touches upon broader issues around women in sport and competition. In the end, this rivalry is great for the WNBA. It increases ratings, provokes debates, and engages new audiences. So long as Clark and Reese challenge each other, the league will gain the entertainment value and the popularity of women's basketball will continue to rise. In order to appreciate Caitlin Clark in the WNBA, one has to understand her impact, which transcends her accolades. When joining the league, Clark comes in as a tipping point not only for her team but for the WNBA as a whole. Clark's success signifies a new phase for the league as it draws in more spectators and promotes the sport. This is why her Rookie of the Year win is significant, not only for her, but for the growth of the league's narrative, her capability of bringing attention to women's basketball. The rookie has already raised the standards for sophomores in the league. With the records of assists and her impressive leader abilities, she has transformed the team to serious playoff material. Usually, such a swift and game-changing transition tends to be rare in rookies. This is not the case with Clark, however, thanks to her basketball brains and ability to create plays. She plays an entertaining and fast-paced game that fits well with the league today. Clark is a great improvement for the WNBA, and the new TV viewership will certainly bring in the cash. But what her success does to the ripple is the real action of the story. More and more new fans, therefore, is important to the league development, since whatever keeps the league running and growing will depend on how visible the league is from sponsorships and media exposure too. Her rise to stardom simply shows that the WNBA has some stars who can sell and play at an elite level, attracting King's share of attention. This growth might involve Boniface competition, but it's future after all. WNBA cannot turn back and go again to the stage when Clark was absent from the league. She is more than just a good player. She is a representation of everything that the league can do in terms of rights and talent. She is the reason behind all this change and is preparing for even greater things in the women's basketball history, which will be even more competitive, more interesting, and more popular. As Caitlin Clark glows within her own realm, the same cannot be said of Angel Reese, who at the same time is struggling. One of the league's new recruits, ready to become a star, has some weight on her shoulders, quite a lot in fact, from the fans, from the site, from herself. Inside this season, especially if you strive to be the leader of the team, there were always waiting for too much from Reese, and if something went wrong, it was drawn out to the entire face of the league. The students' intrigue also underscores a painful truth of the sport. You can have soaring expectations, and when they are not met, there are devastating consequences.